Hi, in this screencast I'm going to give you an overview of several different types of programs that will help you develop screencasts for your students. To begin, I'll tell you that to make this screencast about screencasts, I'm using TechSmith's Camtasia. You can get an educator discount on Camtasia, but it's still around $75 for the Mac version. I don't know how much it is for the PC version because I don't pay attention to PC version things, but it's probably comparable. If you just want to try some quick and dirty types of screencasts, try one of the free options I'll describe later. And then if you decide that screencasts are going to be a really exciting way for you to move forward, then you can explore some of the bigger ones. First, let me show you EduCreations. EduCreations is a free app you can get for iPad, which is especially handy if you have access to iPads in the classroom. It's easy for your students to use too. EduCreations is designed to look and act like a whiteboard. You can record what you're doing while you're using it. You can see the different colors that you have here. Now the screen is going to look slightly different on the iPad. I did not make an iPad version of this for you. This is actually the online version of EduCreations, but it's some of the way that it works is similar. So let's say that I wanted to do a lesson on how to distinguish between different tree types. The first thing I could do is import a photograph in. Let's do a crepe myrtle. And then you've got a little photograph. Then you're ready to record. You're going to record whatever you want to talk about for your lesson, and it's going to record everything that you do on the screen. This will show you the different colors. You can also erase. The pointer will give you a pointer. That's perhaps obvious. So let's record doing a screencast of a screencast of a screencast. So today we're going to talk about different types of leaves. If you look at this example of a tree, you can see that the leaves, green was a bad choice for a color right there. The leaves are oblong and simple, meaning they're kind of smooth and they don't have any little bumpy things like this. We'll see some other leaves later that will have those kinds of bumpy things. And then you could pause it right there. And then if you wanted to do another page where you showed a different kind of leaf, then you press this key right here. And that will move on to another slide. Here you can import a different picture. You can move it around. On the iPad, you can make it bigger and resize. On this particular desktop version, you can't. Then you continue recording, and this is a magnolia flower, and you can see that the leaves are much shinier, but they are still simple. And then when you're ready, then you can save it. And title it. And then you can see it's right here. So then if you wanted to watch it, so today we're going to talk about different types of leaves. You look at this example of a tree, you can see that the leaves, green was a bad choice for a color right there. The leaves are oblong and simple, meaning they're kind of smooth and they don't have any little bumpy things like this. We'll see some other leaves later that will have those kinds of bumpy things. And then you could pause it, continue recording, and this is a magnolia flower. And you can see that the leaves are much shinier, but they are still simple. And then when you're ready, so there you go. there is my little Educreations, and then when I'm ready to, I could edit it, which it doesn't really mean edit. It means that you can change this stuff. It's not going to let you change the actual screencast itself. You can only add on to it. Once you save it, it's pretty much done. You can't go back and change anything that's on it. That's one of the problems with Educreations. It's really hard to, if you make a mistake, you have to start over. If you have a class account, which I think you have to get the pro version, which goes beyond the free, then you can add it to a class and your students can access it, or you can just type share. This will give you either a permalink or an embed code, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Screencast-O-Matic is another free tool that you can access just by going to screencast-O-Matic.com. This one doesn't work on iPads, it's just a desktop based, and you can, if you want to have storage capability or ability to have classes and things like that, you can upgrade to the pro account. I haven't played around with this that much, but it seems to me to be fairly easy to use. Here's a very quick demo.
Screencast-O-Matic. With just one click, you can bring up our screen recorder, which you can drag and resize to record anything on your screen. You can also choose from some standard recording sizes, including HD sizes, which work great for uploading to YouTube, or you can record full screen as well. You can choose the microphone that you'd like to use on your computer, and also adjust the recording volume using our auto adjust feature if you'd like to get the optimal recording level for your screencast. If you'd like, you can also record from a webcam. When you're ready to start recording, you click the record button, and all action inside of the frame will be recorded. You can pause and restart if needed, or click Done when you're finished. After you click Done, a new window will appear where you can choose to upload the recording to screencast-o-matic.com, YouTube, or save to a video file. If you choose to upgrade to our Pro account, you get a lot more features, like recording the system audio that you hear from your computer speakers, editing tools to cut, zoom, blur, add text overlays, and more. Plus, you can run the recorder when offline outside of the browser. To get a full list of features, go to screencast-o-matic.com/gopro. If you like Screencast-O-Matic, help spread the word with a tweet or like on Facebook. And if you have any problems or questions, please click the help or send feedback links to get help. Thanks for watching.
So that's Screencast-O-Matic, and if you're looking for a free tool just to play around with, this one has a little bit more functionality than the Educreations does, because you can use a webcam. That's one big difference, and it also records the screen versus just having to import photos in. Video, and then you can decide how big of your screen you want to use, if you want it to be whole screen or if you just want it to focus in on this, and it'll do the same thing. The difference between Snagit and Camtasia is that Snagit, you can't really edit very much of the video, although you can patch together clips, and it's a little bit easier to cut things out than something like Educreations. The free version of Snagit is called Jing. Jing basically works the same way. The main differences are that it only allows you to record 5 minutes at a time. After 5 minutes, it'll shut off, and you can't connect to 5-minute segments. It won't let you do that. The other problem with Jing is that it only records in a certain format. I think it's SWF, and it's a format that won't play on all different types of operating systems. So even though it's free, it's something that might be good for playing around with, but it's not useful since it doesn't work on all platforms. Another thing that can be kind of cool about Camtasia and other programs that will allow you to have a webcam is that you can show your audience that you are a person, and then you can talk to the camera, and that can be helpful just in terms of helping them follow along. Now here you see what the Camtasia looks like, and you can see it has a lot more editing capability. One of the things that's really cool about Camtasia is you can do those transitions and animations and title pages and annotations for yourself so that you can make little tags and people can go directly to the section that's on Snagit or go directly to the section that's on EduCreations, and they can find the chapters of your screencast or whatever fairly easily if you're able to put in the time to do those things. Again, the learning curve is a little bit steeper anytime you have to pay for something. That's kind of seems to be how it goes. But if you are interested in doing screencasts, I think Camtasia is a really good way to go. Okay, so let's say I wanted to take my incredibly wonderful tree EduCreations and share it on my blog, my website, which is on Weebly. One way to do that would be to just use the permalink, and you can just connect a link. That's fairly easy. But another neat way that you can share something like this directly on a blog or another course management system is to embed it. This is a lot easier than it used to be. It gives you an embed code, which is in HTML. I think I'm copying that right now by doing that. So then I could go to my this is the blog part of my web page, but it would work on any part of your web page. Let's say new post. This will give me a new post, and then I want to drag elements here. I'm going to drag my embed code, right, and then click, and then paste it, and then press enter. And then we're going to put trees. Little disclaimer there that this is a very short and pitiful screencast, and then we'll save. Whoops, that's saved as a draft. So now let's post it. And then you can see, hopefully, when you go to my website. See, so there it is. Yay, us. This will also work pretty well if you wanted to use an embed code on something like D2L, which I'll show you next. So here I am on my D2L page, and I want to enter a screencast, my EduCreations screencast. Let's click on this in here, and I'm just going to use the embed code again. This time I'm going to add activities. No, I'm not. I'm going to go to new and create a file. Sorry about that. And then there's a little symbol here, which I happen to know from experience will allow me to enter an embed code. So there's my embed code again. Next. And we're going to allow that. And there we go. Oops. See, clean and easy. Some of the other things like Camtasia or Snagit, you can post them into formats that will allow you to upload them onto Vimeo or TeacherTube or YouTube, and all of those things will generate an embed code for you so that you can embed them on various formats. So those are the basics. Each of these programs has a variety of special features that will allow you to personalize your screencast with effects, more so for the ones that you pay for, but even the free ones will have some cool effects. You'll want to do some tutorials or read through some manuals and play around to see what you like about each of the programs, and then you can decide which one you like the best. Now it's your turn. Decide on a short lesson to teach using a screencast. Then prepare your screencast using one of the tools that I talked about here, or another screencasting tool that you have access through another source. Post your final screencast along with a description of which tools you used. Most importantly, have fun!